Hello everybody, welcome back to Grand Theft Auto 5. We're checking out a new mod, well kind of new, but Recon released the 757 again and some other airplanes along with Aquaphobic's awesome sound set. Now, everything is a DLC pack and pretty easy to install, but what's really cool about this airplane is you'll notice we have working ELS on this. So yes, it comes with the ELS XML. And if we come over here to this wing, you'll see what I'm talking about. Look at the strobe there on the wing. Really cool to have actual beacons and strobes in the correct spot on an airplane in GTA 5. It looks fantastic. Absolutely loving this mod so far. So much, in fact, I decided to make a video on it and show it to you. It's been a while since we did a mod showcase, but Recon has a few more airplanes as well that we will check out in the coming videos. I went ahead and turned on the landing lights so you can see those as well, and they look really, really good on this model. So I am just so blown away and really excited to try this out. Before we take off, I want to let you know everything that I'm using here will be linked in the description below. Recon's 757 here, and then also Aquaphobic's sound set that you can install. Let's open up the trainer, go to vehicle options and mod menu, and this is where you can change some things out. You've got the no winglets option, so we can turn that on if we would like. So we have no winglets on the airplane, which looks really cool. You can have an emergency slide deployed on both sides of the front. You can turn all your covers on if you want. And then you have the option for Pratt & Whitney engines as well. That's why we have two separate sets of covers there. One for the Pratts and one for the Rolls-Royce. And then you have the different cockpits inside, which I will show you now, is this one here. And then you have the old one, the old outdated looking one, but we can go with the new one. That looks a lot sharper and fresh. And then you have these options down here, but they don't seem to do a whole lot. So just to show you that it's ELS, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on like I would a police car. There they are right there. And then we have the lights as well, but we can also go through just the beacon there, and then you can have strobes, and then you can have all three, which is like your code 3 lighting for the most part. But if you do it in a different succession, they won't all flash at the same time. So that's just a fun little thing to do. But let's try out the airplane. It does come with its own handling line. I really like how this thing behaves on the ground. Like, you wouldn't think with a big 7.5 like this that you could turn, but look at that. It's got a great turning radius on it. I am very, very, very happy with that. And then let go of that, and it lines up nice. Let's see if we can get this thing off of this runway, because it has a very, very increased roll on it compared to, you know, most GTA airplanes. So let's just try to rotate it now. It's gonna take a lot. Now this has tilted bogies to, look at that. Oh man, yeah, it feels like a big heavy airplane. My God, we barely got out of there with this handling line. Very, very heavy on the controls, which is nice, but can we get this thing into Sandy Shores? That is the question. I think if we come from the west, we could probably get this thing in there. We're certainly gonna try. Now, it does come with options for V-Funks, but I do not have that installed because the newest version of GTA has created some instability using V-Funks. If you don't know what V-Funks is, it's basically like, you know, options to use different things in a car, like windshield wipers and things like that, that you would be familiar with. But we would also have working throttles there, and also reversers. The reversers will deploy with Control B, which is kind of cool. But I don't have that installed if you were wondering why. But yeah, this thing is wild, man. It moves around kind of realistically. I can't really explain just how different the flight model is unless you just download it and try it. I mean, you have nothing to lose, you know? It's free. But I really love seeing accurate lighting on an airplane in GTA. But yeah, look at, see how it's moving left and right like that? I'm not doing that. If I was, I'd be giving it left rudder, right? But I'm not. It's just got this kind of movement that is really cool. All right, we're gonna try to bring this thing into Sandy Shores. We're kind of gonna do a overflying the airport and a teardrop approach. for those runways. So we're in our descent right now, actually. But look, we have a working altimeter there and speed. The one thing that this doesn't have is a working attitude indicator, but there are other airplanes that do. I mean, we have the standby one there, and it's working just fine. That's just a texture, if you're wondering. That is the reason why. But yeah, this thing is absolutely beautiful. Let's try not to run into Mount Chiliad. That would be bad, right? Let's start pulling our power back a little bit and just see how the airplane behaves. One of my biggest pet peeves is the FOV that the default GTA vehicles have inside. And I know you can change that with an FOV mod or something like that, but drop that gear. It made a sound when I did that. That was weird. It like acting like it has a siren. I wonder if this thing has a siren on it. Oh my God, we're gonna crash into this mountain. We need a lot more rudder. Oh my God, dude, this thing is we're dead. We're dead, we got way too low. We're done, dude, done. Oh, how did we not blow up? Just give her hell. Oh God, there it is. Well, I'm kind of glad that happened because I forgot to show you the different liveries that this comes with. We have British Airways here. We've got United in a really cool livery there. And then we have the normal United scheme. We have Iceland Air, TUI, and then we've got Northern Pacific. Those raccoon eyes on the cockpit there. And then SkyTeam Delta with the white nose cone. All right, landing lights are on. We got strobe lights on as well. Waiting for the 7-4 to vacate the runway, and we're going to take off again, which is good. We can actually see how long the takeoff roll actually is. But as you can see, you can't throw these things around like you could before, you know, with the GTA-ism of flight, because we would have easily made that runway had it not been a custom handling line. We're on the takeoff roll, and it's going to be a long one. V1, rotate. Boy, it takes the whole runway, man. Look at that. That's full aft on the elevator. Gear up. There she goes. Noish. I mean, it skyrockets out of here. There's that wiggle. It's got that little wiggle to it. So let's pull our power back a little bit here and nose the airplane over. We need to keep power in this airplane. I have not landed this thing yet, so I do not know how it's going to behave on final, but I have a feeling we're going to have to keep power in this thing a lot, actually. So we'll just do a straight in. We easily can make it around this small mountain for the most part. But yeah, it's beautiful. I know we've flown a 7.5 before on the channel, but man, that's many, many moons ago. Many, many, many moons ago. So we're going to shoot the river visual for the runway here. Take it easy. All right, so we do have an airspeed indicator there. That might be our best friend with the way this airplane behaves like. Gear down. There's our gear. Landing lights on. We're going to be on final now. I'm going to try to keep it around 110 knots for now. We'll see how this goes. Very stable on approach, but yeah, very, very heavy. It's really hard to explain just how heavy these controls feel, but it's nice because it's not super sensitive and you don't feel like you're over controlling the airplane, which I personally like. Keep that nose down a little bit here. Let's let it settle. It seems a little fast there, but so if I start pulling my power back, how much are we actually losing? Not a lot, really. So this is a true test. Can we get a 7.5 in here? Now, I've landed an MD-11 at this field. I think the 7.5 is capable of it. I'm gonna go idle on the power on that. Okay, we're just idle right now. I'm not gonna kill the engines just yet, because I don't know. I don't want this thing to fall like a rock, you know? And hats off to y'all that can land an airplane in GTA in the outside view. I can't do it. I just don't have that depth perception that I need. All right. Over the threshold now. I'm going to kill the engines. Oh, she drops. That's full up. Woof. That seemed like it landed really flat, didn't it? But we have plenty of runway after touching down. So that's not so bad. I do want to see what the ELS and everything looks like at night. Now, the true test of this turn radius on the nose wheel is going to be right here. Can we make this turn? Now, you know in GTA, normally you cannot make a turn like this at all. And this is a tall order, but it's doing it. We slow down a little bit, we might be able to turn harder, but it's just like in GTA, man. Making those right turns is always so much harder than lefts for some reason. But it made it. We didn't hit anything doing it. All right, let's see what this airplane looks like at night with ELS. So here she is at night. The lights on there. You got the beacon down below. It looks really good at certain angles. In the front, it's not putting out a lot of light, but that's just because of the angle of it. But yeah, I mean, look at that. That looks really nice. With a shooting star back there, and got the moon, Dat Mundo. But yeah, look at that. That looks so good. I don't have any logo lights or anything like that, but man, it's so cool to see. I heard a coyote over there. All right, well, let's take this thing back to Los Santos. See if we can land this thing in one piece. I will attempt to land in third person on the next one for you. I know you had your eye on this livery. I know you did. So we're gonna use this one on the way back. Yeah, I really, really like it. It seems to me like the takeoff roll, or at least the effectiveness of the elevator, is a little dead for GTA. Like, when we were coming into land there, I mean, like, when I was cutting the power back a little bit, it just fell flat, you know? So that'd be really cool to see that polished up. But man, this is so cool. Yeah, it's perfect here at Sandy Shores. The problem is taking off here. That's going to be a tall order. Let's turn here. We start turning now so we can see the turn radius. Seems like it's doing pretty decent. Are we going to smack that bush with our wing? No, we're going to be just fine. Look at that. Taxi's a lot better than a lot of the airplanes that I've flown in GTA, I'll tell you that. All right, let's line up here. This is going to be a lot of runway, I have a feeling, on takeoff. Here we go. Full power, baby. Full power. Now, if you don't watch my LSPDFR series and you're just here to check out the airplane, you might be wondering what graphics I'm using. I'm using Quant 5 for graphics. All right, come on, baby. Rotate. Oh, yeah, it's in the air. It took the whole thing. Oh, my God, look at that. Gear up. Took that whole runway and then some. Wow. But yeah, I'm using Quant 5 for graphics. That's why it looks so dang good, especially with the lights. I could probably up the emissives on the emergency lights to get those lights to really pop, but they look good at certain angles, you know? And we don't need this thing to look like a strobe show out here, but just a beautiful mod all around. All right, so let's level off here. We do have this damn interior light on, which that's not one of my favorite things at all when it comes to airplanes and helicopters in GTA, is that dome light on at night. So we'll make it early morning when we arrive. A few moments later, here we are on approach into Los Santos on 30 right. We're gonna land. We're on our base leg now. That's a beautiful livery though. It's pretty cool. It's a little busy in the front, but I do like the colors on it. Not bad at all. All right, buddy. Put our gear down. Those tilted bogies look so good. That is amazing looking. Absolutely amazing. And you know what? Because it's GTA, screw it. We're going to change that livery one more time. And we're going to be landing with Sky Team Delta, baby. Got to show some love to Delta in the 7.5. All right, I don't want to get too slow on approach here. Remember, we're going to landing in the outside view, and I'm terrible at that. I'm wondering if we have to keep power in this thing all the way down to the runway. So it doesn't, because with power about where it's at right now, we've got some decent authority on the elevator, but not as much as I want it to be. Oh boy, this is going to be a rough one. I already can tell. Get that power back in it, man. Don't get too slow. It bleeds speed off really well, though. I will say that. Careful, careful. Oh man, this feels so wrong to land in third person in a big airliner like this. I can't tell how high we are. Yeah, we're a little high on this approach. Ooh, that looks beautiful though, the shadow. You see a little bit of right rudder.
This airspace is prohibited.
Oh, it's been forever since we heard that. Come on, kill it, baby. Oh, it's using all the runway. Hey, decent. We'll take that one. Oh, it's just holding a wheelie. Talk about flying the nose wheel down. That took the whole damn thing. All right, let's try a left turn. I've only taxied this thing to the right. Let's try a left. Because this, okay, there's the 7.4 landing, but this one is always impossible with almost every mod out there making this turn. So let's turn here. There we go. Oh my God, it's so beautiful, this airplane. Yeah, it made the left no problem. Look at that. Turns on a dime. You could tell a lot of work was put into this mod, especially with the handling. And I think there is another person that does the handling on these airplanes. And I will tell you who that is because I'm going to look it up on my phone. I don't want to leave anybody out. Got to credit everybody that did work on this because it's such a beautiful mod. All right, we'll taxi in over here at Pegasus Concierge. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous model, man. Oh, yeah, and I believe the model is the Skyline model originally. Yeah, so all credits, Skyline GTR Freak, of course, original upload in which this was based on, and cockpit as well. Aquaphobic did the sounds and handling, so Aquaphobic did both. And they did a phenomenal job, so check out this mod. If you're an aviation lover like me, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this one. Definitely not an airplane, but check out this video, LSPDFR, where we had a trash truck take off from us in the desert.